No Scientology. No, it wasn't like Scientology place. That's all glorious, right? Aren't they glorious?
I really don't know anything about Scientology, to be fair.
Praise Nanu, is that what they say? Xenu. That is the one. Xenu. It wasn't that. Reuben offered Henry and Frida lodging and food. In return, he asked only that Henry assist him as a labourer in his small roofing business, and that they both attend Sunday church services. Of course, it's a cushy deal, so the two agreed.
Yep, as you would.
Again, it's sort of a similar story as to before. The two get settled in pretty well. Henry's doing the job, he's doing a good job. This time, Frida was actually given a bit more responsibilities of her own to do, unlike last time. She wasn't only learning how to wash and cook and sew, but she was also learning some good Christian values, like how to burn a witch at the stake and how to employ a small rebel army across the... No, I was trying to get onto fucking... I was trying to allude to the Knights Templar, but I just thought, I'm not going to go into that. I don't know, Alan. It's been a long freaking day. Yes, it's been a long day. Good Christian values. Which Christian values are innately kind of good. Do unto others as you want to be treated yourself. Yeah. Don't kill things. It's kind of a good idea. When Henry found out, he didn't seem to mind at first, but later would become threatened when she openly embraced her newfound religion and began to mend her ways. So another big part of Christianity is if you want to go up to those pearly gates, you got to repent, motherfucker. Yep. I think that's actually what it says in the Bible. Repent. Motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, repent.
Motherfucker. Yeah. Repent. So much so, Frida feels so bad about the way she treated Granny Rich and goes back to apologise, which you would think that maybe, she would have some other people there who'd be like, no, get the fuck out, Frida. Yeah. But she doesn't. The two become close friends, and Frida actually starts to give her the care she was originally meant to. So she starts to take care of her, which is kind of nice now. Frida... Also, having committed a criminal offence in the past, one for moving over the border thing when she shouldn't have done originally, and then obviously the burial of the dead body, starts to feel that the right thing to do would be to confess and return to Florida. When she mentions this to Henry, he's not too impressed, and the two get into a huge argument. The argument came to a head when Frida tells him that an important part of her conversion to Christianity was the confession of all of her sins. Henry became angry and demanded to know if she had said anything about the things that he and Ottis had done to anyone. When she said she hadn't, he calmed down eerily quickly and told Frida that he agreed. She was right all along, and we'll be leaving for Florida the next day, Frida. You look perplexed, confused, bemused and bamboozled.
I think I'm right in what I said before.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, really? You don't think he's going to convert to Christianity?
No.
No?
I think he's going to kill her.
Maybe start a prog rock band? No?
I'm not falling for that
one. Yeah, he's one of the founders of POD. You know that band? POD?
What are they called? What does it stand for, POD?
Oh, fuck. POD. Oh, I used to know this. I used to go as like... not whacked out, sorry, that's a really disrespectful way to do it. People were odd, but they were fine. It was like a born again Christian youth group, and they used to have POD on all the freaking time. I'm alive for the very first time.
Okay.
Maybe not. Don't know that song? If anyone knows that song at home, leave us a like on Twitter at Murderland Pond or on our Facebook page at Adventures in Murderland.
I like on what?
Just say like. Leave us a like on it. Leave us a like.
I like on what though?
On the song, POD, leave us a like.
We've not got it on there.
Leave us a like. Shit. So the next morning, the two left the ranch and started hitchhiking towards Florida. They eventually end up in a roadside motel. After settling in for a little while, Henry starts drinking heavily and begins screaming at Frida. about how angry he is that she wanted to leave the ranch. You know, what's happening now? You looked very suspicious. You were moving around very creepily then. I don't know what was going on.
I was actually itching my leg, and then I moved that there.
Launch at me and attack me, maybe.
I moved something over to another side.
I know Taekwondo, and I will karate chop you.
I know how fast you can move as well.
I can move very fast. It's like a ninja.
A what?
A ninja. Ninja. So yeah, Henry's drinking, going crazy at Frida about not wanting to leave the ranch. What we know about Frida is that she's not a pushover. So what she does, she screams at him right back. And at one point, Henry says something that really, really cheeses Frida off. So much so that she hits him on the head. Now,
with
do you
what?
With a hand.
Oh, right, okay.
It's always with the hand unless otherwise stated, is what I'll say. Okay. Maybe her toe. No, it was hand. Boof, with a fist. Does this scene sound familiar to you, Alan?
Yeah, so when he was younger and his mum hit him over the head with a log or something, wasn't it?
She just hit him again over the head. I think it might have been with the log. I don't know. I don't think it was with the log. Oh, no. I mean, when they were in the hotel room when he was in the hotel with his mum.
Oh, right.
And she bamboozled him on the head again. And then he flipped out. And what did he do, Alan?
Killed her.
Well, Henry, just as he'd done all those years ago with his mother, takes his knife and swings it right into Frida's chest. But don't fuck. Once he was sure she was dead, he undressed her and had sex with her body.
Oh, that's sick. Fucking bastard.
How peculiar. And like, how peculiar is it that when she was, I mean, obviously she was underage, so I'm not endorsing that he should have done. But in his mentality, if you step a little toe in there for a second, how can he be like so against having sex with her when she's alive? Again, she's not of age, exactly, so she definitely shouldn't be having it. But in his twisted, weird, fucked up logic, I'm trying to rationalize it, or not rationalize it, trying to understand it maybe, how can he do it? And then when she's dead, then it's go time. Fucking weird. Lucas then removed a ring from her hand and cut her body into pieces and stuffed her remains into 3 pillowcases and left her in the field while he walked around thinking about what to do next.
Fuck.
Even though he had killed many times, though, the murder of Frida Powell was to be the first time that Henry Lee Lucas would ever feel guilt and remorse for his actions. So he actually kind of felt bad about this, I guess, as much as he could feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Anxious to cover his tracks, he decided to return to the House of Prayer, which was... was that my squeaker?
No. I'm actually doing my face actions.
Oh, yeah. Right. I thought I made a noise. The House of Prayer, which was Ruben's place. Yeah. 2 days later, Henry walked onto the ranch and went to see Reverend Reuben Moore. When Reuben asks about Frida, Henry breaks down in tears and gives him a whole sob story, telling him that she'd run off with a truck driver while they were hitchhiking.
Oh.
Henry asks if he could stay and work at the ranch for a little while, just until he gets himself sorted out. And Reuben, being the very hospitable, generous and kind man he is, agreed, and Henry just settled right back into his usual daily routine. It wouldn't be till 2 weeks later that Henry would actually return to the murder scene to bury Frida's remains. Oh. So he actually couldn't go back and see it for that long time. It's not known if Henry's feelings of guilt and remorse were real or not, but one thing is for certain. After killing Frida, something inside him changed. He became less cocky and attentive to details. A fact, Alan, that would be his downfall.
Okay.
Oh,
fuck.
Do you like where this is going so far?
It's a gruesome story. It's really...
Gruesome. Grizzly.
It wears you down. Really does.
Oh, with how horrible it is?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I've tried to make this story as unconvoluted as possible, because some of the ones I read for this, I was like, hang on, what the fuck? This is happening. This is jumping here. What's going on here? I've tried to make this as unconvoluted as possibly can, because there's a lot of fucking things going on in these guys' lives. Fuck. like I said earlier, Stoneburg, the place where the Reverend's little religious community was, it was an extremely small community, and word spread about Henry returning without Frida, and Granny Rich in particular was concerned. Because obviously she knew about her and she was friends with her. Henry had agreed to pick Granny Rich up and take her to church one night and said, "Don't worry about it, babe. I'll tell you the whole story. I'll tell you everything about it." Henry picked her up as agreed, and Granny Rich began to badger Henry for answers until finally he'd had enough.
Oh, no.
Yes. Pulling off on a deserted road, he pulled his knife and plunged it into her. After she collapsed, he took her body from the car, and after carving an inverted cross in her chest, which is new, had sex with her corpse and dumped her in a stream, which is fucking horrible. That poor lady's been through fucking so much shit with this fucking dick.
Shit.
So like an old sweet lady who you've already fucked over by leaving her in her own shit and stuff, and all she was just concerned about a friend, and just because she's asking too many questions, maybe. Some people are crazy. I don't know what the cross thing is though in her chest. I don't know what the deal is with that. Do you think maybe that was his being so pissed off with the religion? Maybe maybe he felt angry at religion because it changed Frida.
Yeah,
which maybe he might have felt made him kill. Maybe I don't know.
I really don't know, because he's obviously a fucking psychopath.
Tapped, right? There's certain points in this in these people's. We always try and do our little pseudo psychology. We put on little monocles and we try and think of what we can do. Yeah. But the stuff with these guys, I really don't know. It's too deep.
The mind is so messed up.
Too fucked.
I don't even want to start on it, to be fair.
No. Well, out of interest, I will try, but I will definitely fail 100% of the time. Later that night, Henry took several garbage bags from the kitchen and drove to where he dumped the body. After carving her remains into small pieces, he returned to the ranch and burnt her body parts in the wood stove in the compound's kitchen. This is in the religious compound thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before sunrise, Henry had taken Reuben's car and headed north to the border. He knew that he had to put some distance between himself and his latest victim. So he sort of assumed that he wasn't going to get away with this one. People are going to notice this bitch is missing. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I shouldn't call her a bitch. She's really lovely, Granny Rich. Yeah, this rich is missing. No, she sounds really, really super sweet.
Yeah, you really shouldn't call her a bitch.
No, I call people. The thing with me is that this.
Yeah,
I call people things as a terms of endearment.
I know.
Like certain things. Like, hey, bitch, or that's it. I think that's it. I think bitch is the only one I probably use. No, I do use the C word as well to people who I actually like.
You do.
I call you it a lot.
You do.
So I don't mean it in a mean way. I don't mean that in a mean way. Yeah,
so you actually use that word too often.
I should really stop that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should. Sorry. I don't want to desensitize you to that word.
You already have.
Sorry. Fuck. I'm a terrible
I used
person.
to hate that word.
I'm a bad guy. But this guy is worse, so that is something. After a couple of days, Granny Rich's daughter, Mrs. Smart, began to get worried, having not been able to contact her. She drove down to see her. And of course, when they saw the house was empty, she filed a missing persons report, because she's like, what the fuck? She's no lady. The case is picked up by the local sheriff, Bill the Hound Dog Conway. Don't know where he got the name Hound Dog from. I'm assuming maybe he gave himself that name.
I hope he didn't.
Oh, no, a hound dog you can sniff out, right? You sniff out. That's a bloodhound, right? Hound dog?
Oh, I don't know.
I always think a hound dog's like a rowdy guy. Like, I'm what a hound dog. Guess what all the girls in town.
This makes me think of the Elvis Presley song.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that about rowdy, horny men in prison having sex with each other? There is homosexual undertones to the song Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. I won't go into it now, but just Google it. There's homosexual undertones to that song. 1,000 times away. Yes, Sheriff Conway follows the trail to the murder place. Stop laughing at me. Sheriff Conway follows a trail to the house of prayer. Prayer? Yeah, prayer. Where Reverend Reuben Moore confirms that Granny Rich was last seen with Henry Lee Lucas. After running a criminal records check, he also finds that Henry not only had a prior history